Yep, I'm talking to you. You're getting hungry. Very hungry. Your mouth is watering. You have a craving. A craving for Doritos. A craving for crunchy tacos. Well, have I got the treat for you. It's that time again. It's grill time, baby. Come on in tomorrow only to get your charcoal for 50% off. Choose your favorite smoker. That's 20% off. 3453 North Kimball in Chicago, Illinois. Remember, this sale is for one day only. Now that's how you save big money. It's selling out fast and secure. Your tickets now. The first annual 1043 2018 Hip Hop Fallback Jam Session. It's something you don't want to miss. Hey, it's Denai Azure, and you are now tuned in to No Filter Radio with your host, Dope as Music.
So we're working on that.
Television.
Sissy. Okay. I think it's so special having my big sister do my makeup. I love when my sissy Erica helps me kind of play, I say dress up. It just makes me feel like, my big sister making me look fly, as she would say. I like it. Smoky sexy.
Social media. Video shoots. Photo shoots. Live stream.
Like 2 weeks ago, and most of you know I'm a casting associate, so I cast background and extras and whatever for 4-star casting.
Movies.
Dwayne, can I see you in my office?
Yeah. Can I use the bathroom first?
Well, make it fast.
YouTube videos.
Sweet love, hear me calling out your name. I feel no shame in love. Don't you ever
Or commercials. Denia Designs for You will get you right. Grab that S4S jewelry. Just go to bit.ly/DD4U jewelry.
Rehabilitation over and over, saying they told me, but I don't give a fuck, cause I know my shit is pumping. A nigga always into something. 1991
What's happening to everybody out there listening tonight and all my loyal supporters out there? I'm Brandon in the house tonight. Next Legacy Radio, we're doing this hip hop version of how we get down, not just from the station, but we're gonna have a few people calling in to voice their opinion. It's kind of like I feel like we should do this. We should have like a nice, real ill hip hop congregation to discuss not just the future of it and if there would be a future 20, 30, 40, 50 years beyond this, but also to put a few different things into perspective as well. And being a big fan of the culture, I feel like it's needed to be discussed. Spice One should be calling in any minute. Always taking calls, always showing a lot of love to the people who want to be a part of the show. And of course, you can dial the number 949-270-5912. You can press the number 1 button if you want to be heard. But also shout out to all my people, not just from the West Coast, but down south, East Coast people, all my London folks out there, and 92.3 The Beat in Japan is always glued in and turned in to be real allies in this radio quest that we got to be able to have a voice. So I appreciate all that. And also we're gonna definitely dedicate this show to a fallen Bay Area MC comrade, person I haven't had a chance to have a ton of dialogue with him. I know I've interviewed him a couple times on Smoke a Lot Radio back a few years ago. Had a chance to meet him at a record release party a while back. Humble guy. We're gonna dedicate this to the Jacka. Play a couple of his tracks and celebrate his music legacy, because that boy, at the end of the day, that man, he has a lot of he has a ton of music in his catalog. So we want to dedicate that to him, and also to the listeners out there that support not just his music, but the, like I said earlier, the essence of hip hop. And before Spice One calls in, I definitely want to make sure that the people out there can embrace hip hop and the culture and what it stands for and what it continue to stand for, in my opinion. But also when it comes to a lot of the violence that's going on in these streets, not just Oakland, but in other cities, maybe from where you live out there, from wherever you are.
Hey, Juba.
Violence and this
Hello,
culture
hello,
don't go hand in
hello.
hand. I just want to make sure that people out there really understand that. Yeah, we had NWA. Yeah, we had
Yeah, so
Busta
we're live right
Rhymes.
now
Yeah, we
on the
had
Next
all
Legacy
these
app.
all
I'm
these
gonna go ahead and drop the
all
link
these
for you
songs
guys.
that pretty much put a mark out there. But I don't really look at that being a catalyst to the reason why there's a war in these streets with guns and drugs and this, that, and the other. It's music. Music doesn't play a major role into it, in my opinion, just for the simple fact that this has been going on before really the hip hop culture took flight. And you mixed in a little bit, because I remember I used to hear stories back in the 80s during the Run DMC concerts. And Run DMC, keep in mind, Run DMC was so vanilla when it came to, what I'm saying, no profanity and stuff like that or whatever. And there was still, it was gangs, it was stuff going on in said cities that played a role into how things were. I mean, it was a lot of people dying in these concerts. I mean, you had Run DMC, LL Cool J concerts, what I'm saying, UTFO, Fat Boys. I mean, what? That doesn't promote violence. It was, the people that's in these concerts do. So I feel like it's important for us to really realize that when it's all said and done, it doesn't play a heavy role like you would anticipate. But I tell you this, when it comes to our fallen comrades and the music that's being portrayed out here, I think we have a heavy role into making sure that we talk about and promote, not just the realistic nature in your neighborhoods, but also the things that we could do to be able to correct it. Make sure we take care of our kids. Make sure that we be better and responsible parents. Make sure that you respect your women, and make sure you stay away from and help the ones that's lost their way. Like, I'm getting kind of sick and tired of the whole nation really kind of like bitch this, bitch that, bitch this, and women out there calling other women that too. And it gets to that point where it's tired now. We don't need to in a lot of ways encourage that. We don't want women to call other women that, and us as men, we don't need to embrace that. And to me, I just feel like we need to figure out a different way. And that's why I feel like when it comes to not just shows like this, but other opportunities that we can be able to voice our opinions to the nation, I feel like it's important. So, a lot of music is gonna be played tonight. We dedicating this show to the Jacka. We dedicating it to all these hip hop heads out here who loves the culture, embrace the culture. I was that guy with a turntable and a microphone trying to be somebody back in the 80s. It was a lot of fun. Wordplay was always a good look. Having Rakim, MC Light. I love my women MCs out there. They motivated me and embraced me. Like, shout out to MC Light, who always listens to these shows and who I had the opportunity to interview a little while back. And shout out to Yo Yo, and what I'm saying, so many Lil Kim, and so many women out there who definitely paved the way on the lyrical front. But also just keep in mind that it's real in the field, but also we got to make sure that we step back and look at what we can be able to do to take care of community. So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna play some music. Spice One should be calling in shortly. And if y'all want to be a part of this, definitely make sure you send emails. Send emails over to branded at nextlegacy.com. You can check out the website, of course, next, NEXX legacy.com. And you can also follow on Facebook, facebook.com/Next Legacy, and also tweet at Next Legacy. And I am Brandon. I'm on there now. A lot of folks in here glued up, ready to take care of some business on the music side. So we're gonna play a couple of tracks, and we're gonna come back, and we should have Spice One on deck, and we should have you listeners out there listening, because Spice One before he calls in, real solid dude, known this dude for a few years. Um, even when he was in the hospital like a while back, and we did dedicated shows dedicating it to him, and I remember we was talking on the air, and he was like, "Wow, he didn't even know that we was doing a heavy show, and dedicating that show to him and stuff." And that really meant a lot to him, and I just really feel like a lot of people that we grew up on listening
Hey,
to.
Dawn, have you downloaded the app yet?
It's important
If
for me
not,
to
I
reach
put the link
out and just
in
thank
the
you
chat. So
for your music,
check it out.
because a lot of Spice One joints, a lot of memories, and I just feel like we need to make sure that we take care of business. So we gonna go ahead and grab Spice One shortly, but I definitely want to kickstart this show right by taking care of business. Track by Richie Rich, another person that I interviewed as well. Do G's get to go to heaven? It was a Tupac dedication when he was killed, and we definitely gonna make sure we do this right here for the jacket, right here on Next Legacy Radio. I am Branded, and you got me for the next 2+ hours, people. Log in, listen in, let's have some fun, all right? Emails, a lot of rest in peace jacket, and a lot of good stuff going on. Spice is actually it's raining out here in the Bay, like pretty heavy, so he's trying to get to a safe location so he can call in. But I appreciate all the people that not just continue to send emails and talk about the culture of hip hop, but also
Our license isn't
a
abs
lot
so
of
any music
women,
that
a
you
lot of
guys
women
hear,
sending
the
emails as
mainstream,
well,
we do
talking
have the
about
right to play
the
that
fact that
music.
the reign that a lot of women MCs had back in the 90s, even in the 80s with MC Light and Yo Yo and others. Salt and Pepper, of course, and shout out to Spenderella who's
If you
listening.
haven't already done so, make sure you go
Just
ahead and download
became
the Next Legacy app.
ignored
You
for
can do so
whatever
whether you
reason,
have
and
iOS or Android
I can just
device.
put a
Just type in the
finger
word
on why. I know as far as talent
NEXXLEGACY
wise, I know a lot of
into
women
your
out there
search
have
bar.
super bad skills, and they can be able to hang with a lot of men in this game. But hey, and shout out to Latifah as well, Moni Love and others. But to me, it's hard. But it's like, to me, I always feel like when it comes to the culture of hip hop, it was one person that passed the baton for the next and things of that nature. So I just feel like it's a community where it's like each one teach one, and then somebody else put somebody else on and help get their shine. And I feel like that's not really what's happening today. It's a lot of selfishness going on in the industry, not just with hip hop, but in other genres of music, I'm sure. Just from interviews
So
and
this is
people that
the
I've
owner
talked
talking
to
right
and
now.
stuff
So we
like
have like a
that.
whole panel.
The
I
only
forgot
way
how many of us were on it.
to be
But
united
this is
is
a really good conversation. So I decided to
the
share it with you guys.
outcry of the fans
And yeah,
uniting
just check
other
it out.
artists together to be able to create their own lane and to promote and get as many followers and people logged in as well. So I think that's important. So to me, I feel like the extra attention that radio shows like this and other shows, that we could be able to say, hey, you know what? We have a culture here, and it was shared by men, women, and children for that matter. And there's a lot of kid MCs out there that was getting it in, doing their thing. Another bad creation, Crisscross and others, and um, we just need to bring that diversity back to the culture of music, and to be able to get in where we fit in, so to speak. So I'm going to talk about a lot of that, just opinions based. As soon as we get some of these people in, there might be a couple of people call in too, depending on the weather out here. Like I said, for the people out there listening and the others, I had one person in Philly call in and say, you know what, it's like below something, below 2 degrees or whatever, frosty cold out there in Philly. And just I just need everybody to be safe. So if they're listening on their iPhones or anything like that, just make sure y'all be safe on these roads. As soon as, like I said, as soon as Spice One gets in a safe location, since it is raining out here in the Bay, we're gonna go ahead and have him logged in, and it might be a couple other people that might pop in and talk. So to me, I just feel like this is the perfect time to dedicate a couple of things to the culture of hip hop. And I'm gonna play some music for the ladies, of course, leading off with Queen Latifah. But you know, gotta make sure I shout out all the MCs out there. You know, Spinderella is one who's actually trying to do what she can to get in. I know she's in the studio doing a couple things, but she actually wants to call in and chime in about something like this. So I'm gonna try to get her in as well. Spice One, D Shot might call in also. You know, while we're trying to take care of this weather stuff going on out here in the Bay, I want to make sure I take the time to make a point of dedicating not just yourselves to a bigger cause, and I think it's bigger than hip hop. I think it's bigger than a lot of things that we have going on, but the self preservation of our of what we do as a united front, as a parent or as a child, or as a child in the military, or as military parents. I think it's important for us to drop the guard down and not be lazy when it comes to promoting self worth. And Beneath This Wings Foundation.org is definitely that. Not just a foundation that I am proud to be a part of, but also I think it's important for people who really love children and really love the military and wanting to do everything that we can to support our military troops, doing different things, different foundation drives, like the current drive that we have going on right now to raise funds to build and create a center for the arts. I just think people need to just go ahead and chip in, donate. I've already donated. I'm going to continue to donate as well. And shout out to the pledgers that I know Denai did it on her show last night. She's pledging $20. Shout out to Pebbles as well, who's chipping in 500. Shout out to others as well. I want to send a special shout out too, because I was just talking to him earlier. Michael T. Williamson, and I'm pretty sure a lot of people knows him from Play Bubble Gump on Forrest Gump. Friend of the show. He's always called in and support. I know he's directing Sons to the Grave right now, which is a movie that's coming out, I believe, I want to say this year, towards the end of this year, next year. I'm going to have him back on, but he's pledging, he's donating as well. It's a lot of good stuff going on, all behind the foundation, and it's all behind trying to make sure that we do make that light shine bright for a lot of people out there who's living in darkness right now. And I think it's important for us to be able to have a cause and a dedicated service that's bigger than us. And I don't think any other service out there is bigger than the ones we're trying to create for our children and military families as well. So Beneath This Wings Foundation.org is the website for people to check out and support. Make sure you follow on Twitter at BHW Foundation. And also that's Facebook as well. Facebook is, search it. And once again, big shout out to Cynthia Evans, who is the not just the queen, but also the founder and CEO of this wonderful foundation. She's missed everything to make this foundation go, and I need a lot of people to go out and support. So continue to pledge us. And I'm going to name a couple of other people who did pledge and tell me that they were going to do it, and I'm going to make sure that I shout them out on the radio as well. So 3 tracks in a row, and I'm going to come back. And like I said, weather out here is bad. Spice One is trying to get into a spot. I didn't want him driving while he was on the phone with the weather that we have out here in the Bay Area. So I'm going to make sure that I get him at a good time, hopefully within the next 15, 20 minutes. But until then, in the meantime, in between time, we got music. And dedicating this to Sin and her foundation. Got to put ladies first, right? Right here on Next Legacy Radio. That abruptly, then it's an issue. So yeah, we're live radio right here. I'm Brandon in the house, and hey, shout out to the weather though. Like the weather in a lot of spots is like really acting up right now. And shout out to EA Ski for hitting me back. He's in the session right now, so as soon as he get out, he'll be able to, chime in and holler at the peoples. And yeah, weather is trying to do a lot of damage to a lot of folks as far as people trying to get in, from what I hear. So just continue to listen. If you're calling in, we still got lines open, and I appreciate it, and that's always a good look. And then if people are out there, like specifically where I'm at on the west, like Spice, he's in the middle of a freeway thing that he got going on. So y'all be safe out there. Like, be super safe and just make sure y'all get to where y'all need to be to call in. So I don't want hands free when you listen on the road. Like, I really don't want your head, occupied while you on the freeway because people got to be safe. You got to get back home to your family and loved ones. So just make sure you be safe. But I am taking calls though. If you want to call in now, now's the time to do it before some of these people get in. 949-270-5912. Hip hop conversation. The legacy of hip hop is, to me, I think it's in a spot right now where you got a lot of fallen comrades. Like, we just lost the jacket. Like, rest in peace to a lot of people that passed away unnecessarily. I mean, we can go back as far as Tupac. We can go back as Biggie. We can go back to a lot of different MCs, Jam Master Jay. So many people who lost their lives due to this street violence and due to a whole lot of other stuff going on that we, a lot of ways we probably can't control, but it's a lot of people who, at the end of the day, a lot of people are heavy haters, and we want to try to see if we can be able to unite instead of separate. And I think that's the goal. Let me go ahead and put Army up first on Next Legacy Radio. You are live, sir. Hey, how's the weather out there where you at, bro?
Yo, it's crazy. 'Cause I was just about to comment on that, man. People, be safe out here in this weather, man. The East Coast and West Coast, be safe because out here in the East, it's colder than the motherfucker, man. It's real cold. So I don't know, I mean, how the weather looking out in the West, but I know it's frigid out here, man.
Crazy rain. That's what we got. A lot of wind and rain right now. That's why I told Spice, like, man, don't even go there. Like, if you want to park somewhere, even don't do that, because the way the town is right now, like, I don't want him posted up parking on the corner street, and it's bad news. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's windy and raining and mad crazy right now. So yep. A lot of people got to be safe,
man.
not just on the
and
East
my
and
people
West.
on the East Coast, man, don't be standing outside on the phone just to listen to us, man. Get somewhere warm and then call in. You know what I mean? Because it's freezing out here. But
Indeed.
But yeah, man.
Indeed.
I'm excited to be a part of this conversation right now, talking about hip hop. Also, I want to send a big rest in peace to the Jacker. I didn't know him like that when he was alive, putting it down, but that still don't mean that I can't get to know his music now. So, but big rest in peace to the Bay legend, the Jacker. And, yeah, we gonna talk about this music.
Doubt. And, for sure. And Gab know a little bit. I'm about to put Gab on, and indeed. And I'm about to, before I put Gab on, this station is also brought to you by Eventbrite.com. If you want to plan, market, and sell your conference in less time, you can definitely do it with Eventbrite. Say, for instance, if you have a certain function going on, you can definitely spread the word by using the Eventbrite. If you have a conference registration going on, you can use Eventbrite.com. You can plan all your stuff, you can market it, and you can make sure you sell it out to your conference and do it in less time. And it'll be a good look for you to take heed and pay attention to. And it's an easy click. Eventbrite.com, that's where you need to be. Go ahead and put Gav on right here on Next Legacy Radio. You were live, sir. West up.
Hey, what it do, Brian? Young Army, yeah, like he said, R.I.P. to Jack.
Jack was a cool dude. I mean, and you know what, real quick, Gab, like a lot of people, man, they slept heavy on the first album that C-Bo helped push them in with C-Bo and the Mod Figures. That's to me like one of those real under hip hop classics that a lot of people slept on. A lot of good collaborations on there, but that was just like one of the best. I remember I got that like. And I was like, okay, I can't put that down. That stayed in my car for a while. So that was a heavy album.
Real shit.
It was a heavy
that
album.
Boy, he was a real one.
He was a good dude. When he called in to the show a few years ago, on Smoking Live Radio, yeah, he was solid. I mean, as humble as could be. You know what I'm saying? He shot out a lot of his fans and the people that supported him, and just. It's sad how he got taken down, and I just hope the people out there that, you know what I'm saying, it's not, when you have somebody like that, and like I said, I don't know his real life situation like that. I just know his music. He delivers solid music. So I don't know his background like that, but what I do know is violence like that should be stopped. Like, we don't need to do all that at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it's people, instead of doing it how it used to be done back in the day. You get in the ring, you fight it out. You didn't like the dude down the street from you. You got some gloves on. You handle your business that way. And you know what I'm saying? I mean, people is, we live in a crazy world where there's some people that just don't like some people. That's just the way it is. You know what I mean? So we can't get past that. But what we can do is how we deliver our anger towards another person, because I feel like gun violence, any violence really for that matter, shouldn't even go down. So it's I hate to hear, and I actually saw a lot of people put candles and flowers and stuff like that where he died, and you know what I'm saying, it was sad scene, and my condolences to the family and the fans that knew him, and it's just real shameful, bro, real shameful.
Hey, and I've been seeing a lot of pictures. Like, this one picture of Jackal with him and his daughter. Like, damn, she looked just like him. Then I seen a picture with him and AP9 and Jackal's son. I'm like, he looked just like his dad too. I'm like, wow.
Yeah.
And like, I didn't even hear about it till when you text me. I'm like, let me go check this out. Like,
Yeah, it just
I'm like,
happened that
damn.
night. Like, that night I text you, that's when it went down, and I was like, man, that's just that's sad, bro. Like, 'cause I know you got a heavy dose of the Bay Area music too. So I know a lot of who we cross paths with. So you know what I'm saying. I was just like, man, that floored me. And like I said, a lot of family and friends and fans of his music. I feel y'all pain. I feel y'all pain like that. So let me take a call from the 302. I think this might be the big homie. You live on Next Legacy Radio. Who this?
Yo, it's Crush the Catalyst. I'm here.
Crush, what's happening, bro? How you doing?
What's good, Crush?
Man, I'm just vibing, chilling, dealing with just cold weather out in the east. Hectic.
Yeah, everybody feeling that. 'Cause, man, my Philly dude was like, man, it's too goddamn cold to have my ear to the phone. So he listening. Hey, real talk. He listening now with an earpiece. He listening with an earpiece now. It's just that serious, bro. He like, you know what? Fuck it. I can't live without my Next Legacy.
Hey, man,
so I gotta
like
find a way.
15 degrees where I'm at. It's like 15 degrees or something where I'm at, man. So
Hey,
it's real.
Delaware is crazy right now. It took me like an hour to thaw out. I was like, yo, it's too cold. Like, what's going on? Like, yo.
It's real here.
Hey man, it's sick out there. But let me ask y'all this. Like, I mean, I'm gonna ask you first, Army. Like, I feel in my heart there's the culture of hip hop could be preserved, but man, I mean, we just need a lot of veterans to support each other doing it, right? Like, we could save this culture, but I feel like it's gonna take a lot of real OG heads to come together and come with better plans, because it's not gonna come from one person. One person is not gonna save this culture. Two people are not gonna save this culture. One radio station is not gonna save this culture. One record label is not gonna save this culture. It's gonna take a lot of people, Army.
I mean, I kind of see what you're saying with that, but on the one hand, I kind of disagree. And I disagree because, like, the old heads in the game, like, they still have their mark and they still have their voice. And, people may still listen to them or they may not, especially this younger generation, because the younger generation, they so in tune and they so hooked on the younger artists now that's popping that if I mean, like a prodigy or somebody from that time was to try to spit some game or just to try to get it moving in a certain type of direction, then The vast majority ain't gonna accept it, man. You know what I mean?
Nah.
I really feel like the younger artists of today, like your Drakes and your fucking all types of wild niggas you got out now. I feel like if they come together and try to push it, like not so much like it was in the '90s, because we can't get back to that time, but just stay original and be authentic with your music. Talk about what's real instead of what's fabricated. And if they if, if they push that, then I feel like the more independent artists will pick up the slack, and maybe we could start getting some good music. But these younger artists, man, they gotta act like old heads, man, and really put their foot down, man. Too many of them scared, and too many of them is scared of the record label companies and all this and that, and they just turn it into yes men, and they doing what the next nigga is doing. So, if,
Hey,
you know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
if they stop being followers and start being leaders, then maybe we can.
There you go.
We
That's what I was
got
going to say. 'Cause that's it.
We got a bunch of motherfucking slaves. Yes, master. That's what we're gonna
I
call
agree.
them. Yes,
I agree.
master.
I think of it in a different way though. Like, one, the younger artists are too cocky, and the older are too stuck in their ways.
Mhm. Real shit.
You got the old heads who don't want to change their style. Like yes, the '90s is over. In order to do your thing, you gotta change the game. You gotta reinvent yourself. Like, that's the only way you can stay alive. Evolution is how you stay alive. If you wanna stick to the old days, you're gonna die with the old age. And these all new artists are too cocky. There's like, oh, these old heads can't touch me right now, so I can do whatever I want. See, the thing is, like, this is why Jadakiss is my favorite artist, hands down. Jadakiss is my favorite artist. Why? Because every time he drops, he reinvents himself. Every time he drops, he's going like, all right, who's the newest young boy out here? Let me get a track with him and everything. And he don't dumb down this song. He still spits bars. And he gives the young boys a challenge. Either you want to die under these bars, or you gonna evolve on this track. Make your choice.
Yeah, Jada got skills. You know what I'm saying? I would put him in a top 10 to me personally as far as all time. I feel like this though, like and Army made a point about some of these young heads need to kind of get their head out their ass, no pun intended, for them to just become leaders and stop being followers and shit. And I look at it like this, like you could be cocky and all this, but to me, the blueprint was told back in the day, like, what I'm saying, from the late 70s to the 80s, a lot of people passed the baton on to the next group of people that came in and did it. And that's why I always feel like hip hop in the 90s was like the most diverse culture of hip hop that we ever had, because everybody was winning. The gangster rap shit was winning, the backpack shit, what I'm saying, the Foo Snickens and shit, they was winning. What I'm saying? The group Public Enemy and X Clan and all them, they was winning. The female groups, what I'm saying, Salt and Pepper and all these other female artists was winning. What I'm saying? You even had your ass shaking. Yeah, you had you even had the ass shaking Luke and the what I'm saying, 2 Live Crew and them and all them other ones, what I'm saying, they was winning too.
69 Boys and
yeah, everybody was winning, but from where it went to how it is now, like, to me, diversity was king in the 90s with hip hop. It ain't shit now. Like, you tell me, even the kids was winning with Another Bad Creation, Crisscross. You know what I'm saying? All them little groups and shit like that, man, it was popping hard.
Labor brand.
Yes,
no, I'll let you finish with it.
No, you good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, all right. Nah, but the major difference from back then and now is now it's a lot of artists just doing this shit just to get a paycheck, man. They don't give a fuck about the
Very
art,
true.
the lyrics.
Absolutely.
They just want to check. Back then, they wanted the money, but it was about your artistry too, like having the voice and saying whatever you feel like. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, like rappers back then was ciphering. They wanted to beat the next nigga who thought he was a lyricist. Know what I mean? Like,
Right.
or what?
Wow.
You know, like you think you nice? All right, well let's battle. Nowadays, do you see that? No.
Everybody want to sing "Kumbaya" and all together. Like back in the days. The greatest lyrical battles. You had the greatest lyrical beef of all time. You had LL versus Cannabis. You had like the whole double, and like my favorite was the whole Double R Rockefeller. Like you had two, not just artists, him that were on the plateau of everything that was moving, and they going head to head. What? And every
one thing I feel like one thing crushing everybody. I feel like that the '90s taught us that we didn't learn from or evolve. Like everybody had their opportunity to become their own owners of their own business. Like the '90s taught us that because look, as we went into the digital age, like a lot of people that was winning back then not winning now because you know what I'm saying. A lot of people isn't they put all their eggs in one basket, meaning the record label they was with. And this is the end result. Like everybody was like, "Fuck it, I got to do this by myself," and I don't really have a plan yet. Like now it's like done. Like I don't know what to do now.
And you know what else the '90s taught us? Don't fuck with Cube, or you gonna get no Vaseline. All right.
You stupid, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
Stupid.
Hey, look, Gav.
Yeah. But that no Vaseline, he was like the slay master on that shit. I'm like, wow, this nigga going in.
Hey, Army, what was you about to say?
I already said
I
it.
think Army got.
Nah,
Oh,
I
you
said,
already said it?
well, if you don't get no Vaseline, then you gonna learn, you know, who the king of the hill then.
Oh shit.
Hey, I mean, but see, a lot of that was, a lot of that. I mean, you go back to the Beast, but a lot of people took it, and of course, Pac and Biggie, they were like the ringleaders of a lot of stuff that was going on. And to me, I never saw it as dysfunction. Like a lot of people tend to look at the media was like the catalyst for that East West shit. And you know what I'm saying? I think the real hip hop heads knew what time it was. Like Biggie had or Pac had a pure beef with Biggie based on some of the stuff that he saw, was told, or witnessed. So you know what I'm saying? They had something real going on. So it took it to the to the music streets, I guess you could say. And then you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, this, you got what you got. But I think the 80s and 90s taught us a lot about diversity in our culture, and I feel like a lot of people missed the point. You know what I'm saying? And Crush, you mentioned the LL Cannabis. I mean, you can go back LL Mo D. You can go back to a lot of other different beats, but it was just mainly competition. Like the competition was really where it was. But don't forget, people put other people on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Tupac put the Outlaws on, and Tupac put a few other people on as well. And then you want to go backwards and do a whole lot of other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Latifah put a lot of people on also. You know what I mean? So it's one thing that I could safely say that we don't see a lot of, but there's a lot of underground heads, and shout out to the underground MCs out there, you know what I'm saying, still getting it in, doing their thing and shit. But you don't see a lot of frontline people right now in this industry giving love to those underground rappers too. Cause don't forget, Biggie was he was on Unsigned Hype before he got picked up. You know what I'm saying, by Puffy and them. And it was Eminem was like that too. It was a lot of people before they got snatched up. They was doing a lot of underground shit too. So people don't look out for other people no more. That's pretty much how it is when it comes down to it on this music game.
Yo, man, but like, so you just reminded me. People who doing the independent music and that grind, man, stick to that grind because not only are you in control of all of your money, but you are in control of your whole sound. Nobody got to tell you what to sound like. Nobody got to, you know what I mean? Like, so you ain't got to worry about no royalty checks being late. Like, you in control of all of that shit, man. So just stay on your independent grind because it's mainstream. It's copywritten. It's it's fake and it's not real. And you ain't gonna be real if you be a part of it. Point blank.
Word up. Word up.
And really, if you thinking about money, you can make just as much independently as you're gonna do a major now.
Exactly.
Real shit.
If you're grinding right,
start up your own company.
Because these labels are raping you.
Start up your own company, then sign yourself to yourself.
Exactly.
Then start signing your own checks.
Hey, real talk, and I couldn't put it in better words like that. But see, on the flip side to that, Gav, is like you get a lot of people that start off that way, start feeling that pressure because they want to be seen at the Grammys. They want to be seen at all these other functions. They want to headline a few shows or whatever. A lot of people want that limelight to go with that grind. And sometimes you just got to grind it out until it all comes to you. But a lot of people are impatient now. You're dealing with a impatient hip hop community right now where they just want that instant fame. And they kind of like, man, fuck the hard work. Like, the hard work ain't really popping to me. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. They're not lazy because they're putting out records or they're putting out mixtapes or they're trying to get their buzz on. So you see the hard work. But you also see the divaness in a lot of these people, men and women. You know what I'm saying? They want to just go ahead and be like, wow, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not famous yet. Like, I want everybody to come follow me. Like, I want to be in the front row at the Grammys. And you know what I'm saying? The moment that you get a bunch of people who don't give a damn about that shit, and that's when you gonna win. Because truth be told, like, and I told a lot of people this too. Like, remember back in the day, and y'all, Gavin, Army, and Crush, y'all should know this too. Like, if y'all know y'all history, like, remember I was telling y'all about how how the Grammys wasn't even trying to hear hip hop. Hip hop was dead to them. They was dead to them. The Grammys wasn't fucking with them. You know what Will Smith and Salt and Pepper did? Like, you know what? Fuck it. We made our own Grammy. We made our own. And you know what? Grammy was like, hey, you know what? Some of these big wigs was going over there, going to their party. So you know what? Maybe we need to go ahead and just, add the rap category into this shit. Because we losing a lot of these star-studded actors and actresses and all these other people. See, if people went back to that blueprint, people would pay attention more to the game in its entirety instead of what it is now. You know what I'm saying? So, it's man, I mean, can we get it back? That could be a question and that's debatable, but I'm gonna run a couple of tracks. I'm gonna put Denia on. I'm gonna text Spice and see where he at. And then if y'all got any questions for him or anybody else that might pop in during this hour and a half we got left, call in 949-270-5912. That is the number. Press 1 and go. Oh my God, that song brings back a whole lot of memories in my I want to say youth, but that's like 20 years. So what was that, 20 years ago? Almost, or damn near, whatever it was. It was the 90s, but damn, just a lot of memories. That song is like one of my favorites off that album. Next Legacy Radio, I'm Brandon here, chilling with my peoples. Shout out to all the people out there listening, braving not just the weather, but you know what I'm saying, maintaining and showing they support radio-wise. So I definitely appreciate that. Definitely make sure you call in and show some love. Give that good support. 949-270-5912. You can press the number 1 button if you want to be heard. And Next Legacy is brought to you by Sprint.com. Make sure you get a free smartphone, iPhone 5 is free. View and capture incredible details. An HD display, got a 13 MP camera. And it's a 2-year activation required, though. So if you want a free phone, take advantage of that. Make sure you go to sprint.com for more details. I got an iPhone, and dope as shit. And I feel like if I have one, everybody else should have one. So go to sprint.com and go show some love and get that good Sprint. Hey, if you got a competitor and you want to keep your phone number, you can do that too. The transition from one phone number to the next is definitely easy and solid. Sprint.com will be able to provide that for you. And like I said, it's 2-year activation required. Make sure you go take advantage of picking up a free phone for a very low monthly price. And Sprint.com is where you need to go. Let's go ahead and put mics on everybody if you want to call in. Like I said earlier, 949-270-5912 is the number. You can press 1 and go. Gab did. Well, he will as soon as he press 1 again. Army's up. Crest the Catalyst is in the building. And also let's welcome Denia, who is in the house as well. Denia, what's up, young lady?
What's good? What's good? How are you guys doing today?
Chilling. Chilling. Sound like you in the streets. You in the streets when it's like 5 degrees out there in Chicago where you at right now?
Are you kidding?
Oh,
no.
Girl.
I'm supposed to movie shoot. We're taking a break,
okay.
so I was letting me call
All
and
right.
some love real quick.
Do your thing. That's good. Hey Gab, I got that Sibo Mob Figures album sending to your email as we speak, sir.
Good looking, my boy.
Hey, I like that song you just played too, man. Real talk, yo.
Hey, that was a '90s classic, Army. That was a '90s classic, bro. Like that was.
Yeah, man. I ain't never heard that before. I like that, man. Yeah, I like that. Which album that
classic? Yeah, Mob Figures, Debo, Spice One, they did their damn thing on that one. That was like my favorite. That's my favorite. That and Taylor Made. I'll play Taylor Made in a little while though. Taylor Made is also another.
Like which LP that on?
That's Debo and the Mob Figures.
The Mob Figures.
Debo and the Mob Figures. Yeah.
Yeah, man, I like that joint right there.
Debo and the Mob Figures. That's
hey,
what's
look.
good.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Look. See now, son, that's that real West Coast music right there. Like, know what I mean? Like, son, when a dude from out here, like me, play some shit like that, like that's some real West Coast shit right there.
Oh yeah, no doubt. And Pac and the Outlaws, made niggas did that too though. Like, you know what I'm saying? When you listen to certain songs, like you know it's like so 90s, but then like you know it's like so West Coast too though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and I don't have it on my switchboard, man, but she got me thinking about wanting to play King of the Hill, man. I ain't heard that song in a minute.
King of the Hill, yeah.
Damn.
I ain't played King of the Hill by Westside Connection in a long time.
Yo, man, you got me thinking now. Yo, West Coast, and see now, like I know y'all know this way better than I do, but West Coast music nowadays is damn sure not the same as it was 15, 20 years ago, man. That shit
come
don't
on, man.
Like
You ain't never lied, bro. Like when you knew when West Coast music, man. Come on, man. Like I mean, and I ain't even hating on Kendrick Lamar because a lot of people thought he saved the West with his album or whatever, and I don't think that's true. But you know, I don't see that. Like, but man, come on, Army. You know what time it is. It don't feel the same. West Coast music don't feel. East Coast don't even feel the same neither. I mean, let's keep it solid.
Right.
Like it don't. Down south don't feel the same. A lot of music just, especially in the hip hop culture, it just don't feel right. Like it just, you just feel like it's imitation. Cause think about it though, a lot of people, there's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears and fights in studios, man. Think about it though.
Yeah.
The music that was, hey Army, think about this though. A lot of music that was made back in the day was made in a studio. Nowadays, people, send me a 16 though. Email it to me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Email that over though. Like, you know what I'm saying? We can get that in. You know what I'm saying? It's not even produced the same. It's not mixed and mastered the same. It don't have that. It don't have that camaraderie like it was back in the day. Like remember back during the early days of Death Row too. Like a lot of folks slept in that studio, man. They slept there. They wanted to put out music, and that's what you heard. You heard it all, and
Hey,
you don't hear that no more. You don't hear that no more.
Yo, man, you just reminded me about how people used to sleep in the studios back. Like, look, all them people who had made the beats on the Machiavelli album, all them producers, they was underground back then, and they used to get no love, but they used to always be in the studio 24 hours of the day, 7 days a week, son. Damn near not even going home sometimes. Know what I mean? Because they wanted to get noticed, and then look what happened. Like, so you end up being on the 7 day theory, but people used to, shun them at first. Like, you know what I'm saying? But real talk.
Yeah, a lot of people didn't. A lot of people didn't know, but see, that's what made it great though. Like, what made it great was that in the studio moments, like they smoked together. They, what I'm saying, they fell asleep together in the studio. You know what I'm saying? They woke up doing the same thing. Woke up, they didn't even want to take a shower. Let's finish this track. You know what I mean? Like it was one of those kind of deals where it was just it felt authentic. Like you could tell especially like I said in the 90s where it just felt that way. You know what I'm saying? Now the game is like people got a lot of it. It's way easy now. Like people, like I said, and it's easy, but it's done without the effort that a lot of people in the 90s did for the game. You know what I mean? Like it's done different, which is a shame though. Like it's really
Hey, look, too, and what I mean, like the people out there, who like hearing this right now, they probably thinking, damn, like so why they stuck in the '90s? Like, it ain't even like we stuck in the '90s, but the thing about it, it's like if you really take the time out to download a few albums from '94 or '5 or '6 or something like that, and really listen to the diversity, because you have people from the East, Midwest, down south, and West Coast. They all sound the same, but they was different, and they all had unique songs. Down to Scarface, Face goes on, man. You got a whole bunch of people from the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? You had Mac Dre the early 2000s. Before that, was it? Young Money. Nah. Was it? Nah, it was
Bum, 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 bum. Oh, what the hell?
Yeah, like before that, like Crush though, man. Like, listen, man, you probably wild ass nigga, man. Laughing tap and all that shit. I mean, like, real talk. Like, all of that shit was before, yeah, like, all of that was before Young Money. And that shit was for
Nobody expected them to have bars. You had people that actually used to.
You know what I mean? And sometimes it was just like, man, come on, man. Is this the only dude in the rap game kind of like turned up? You know what I mean? But, you know, I was just like, man, come on. But at the end of the day, like, I wasn't hating him because think about it. He came out like he was really pushing like the straight to DVD move.